Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If not, click the little blue button.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified.
Today's video is actually sponsored by Jacquard Fabric Paints and Products. They sent me a wonderful box full of free stuff, and because of that, you guys get a 20% discount on your first order with them. If you would like to purchase any of the products that you see me use or any of their fabric paints, which I love their fabric paints on furniture, you will get a 20% discount by using Peony. So today, you can tell I got a respirator on. I've got gloves on. I've got a project we're going to do. We're going to work on a project using Jacquard Fabric's Dye-Na-Flow, which is very liquidy. Can you see how liquidy this is? It's like water. It's like water in here. This is hot fuchsia liquid flowing color. And it will dye anything from, it says, fabrics, wood, all this other stuff. So I'm like, oh, really? Fabric, leather, paper, and wood. It's pink. Now, my only problem with this is, because this is a different type of ink that they're using, it is heat set. And with a lot of the projects that I'm working on, it's not feasible for me to iron the project. And today's project is one of them. So they also make what's called Airfix, which allows this to air dry instead of ironing it. So we're going to actually be using both of these products together in order to do our project today. And what is our project today, you say? It's a lampshade. For those of you who are freaking out because this is a vintage lampshade, I get it, but don't freak out. We're testing this on a lampshade that has already seen better days. I have another one of these, and when I did the lamp video for that and I put the shade on it, the biggest comment I got was that shade should be pink. And I thought, you're right, it should be pink. So we're going to try and make a pink shade, and if it works on the damaged shade the way I'm hoping it will, then we will do the other shade and, you know, make that shade pink. There are some staining to the shade, so this is not a good quality vintage lampshade. So I don't want anybody freaking out and going, she's ruining the lampshade, she's gonna destroy it. No. It's already destroyed. This was going to go in the garbage because there's literally nothing I can do to save this. It is beyond repair at this point. It came as a set of 2, and I got 1, and I rescued that. But in saying that, I will make the other one pink if it works on this one. So this is our project for today. We're going to get to painting. I've seen them use it in airbrushes. I've seen people use it like, I saw one girl like dip dye, but I'm going to paint. I'm going to use a brush. I don't have an airbrush. I do have an airbrush. Don't I have an airbrush? I think I do have an airbrush. But anyway, I'm going to use a paintbrush. Just because that's my medium, right? Is painting. So let me get you guys switched around here so you can see what I'm working on. To mix this, it's 3 tablespoons of this mixed in with this. I don't know if that means add 3 tablespoons to 16 fluid ounces. How many fluid ounces is this? 8. I have to do math. I mean, I know this is like a tablespoon and a half then to this. I think I'm going to go ahead and just mix the tablespoon and a half into this whole thing. Because this is, do not use in a well-ventilated area. That's why I have this. And do not get it on your skin. That's why I have these. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 tablespoons in, get it mixed up, and then we'll go from there. And I have my respirator on, so just to prove. I don't want you guys going, she didn't really use a respirator. I most certainly did. First of all, ooh, I love that they seal these up really well. For shipping, can I even count the number of pieces that I've received that's been leaking from other companies? No. Get that off there. Let's see, is this sealed up? Hang on. No. So I'm just going to approximate a tablespoon and a half. That's about all we can get in there. And then I'm going to shake this really well. This is super bright pink. I've got a disposable brush and we are going to just start, I guess. Ooh. Oh yeah. The pom-poms will be an issue, I can tell already. Ooh, look at that. Nice coverage. Look at that. I have not used this before, so this is a first for you and me. Although maybe it's not a first for you. Maybe you've used it before and you love it. I don't know. Oh my gosh. The texture is making it a little difficult. Doesn't really want to cover that stain, it looks like. I'm going to use my pom-poms to clean up the dye. Ooh. Is it soaking through the paper? It is not. So that's good to know. Didn't soak through the paper. Kind of expected it would. Not gonna lie, I kind of thought it might. A little bit there. I think there's a crack in the paper there. All right, I'm going to continue on, paint the whole thing. Okay, so the only place that it did come through the paper was exactly where the cracks in this piece are. So that's good to know if you're doing a lampshade that's not cracked. You know, it's not going to bleed through and give you weird spottiness, because this, I believe, where the light shines through, this is you're gonna see that. It's actually gonna emphasize the crack on anything like that. So that's good to know that this is not gonna bleed through. So I finished painting the whole outside and you can see right there, nothing. There's no bleed through. That's amazing. So I'm gonna try and continue on with these pom-poms. The pom-poms are a different animal because they are very porous and there's a lot going on in there. I feel like I'm going to have to like do some manual intervention here and maybe soak it in the dye. So we'll see what I'm going to have to do there when I continue on. But look how pretty that is. Definitely going to get the color that's on the bottle. With a lot of products, you put it on and you're like, well, that's not as bright as I really wanted it to be. This is gorgeous. It's just got that beautiful bright pink. It's lovely. I love that. All right, I'm going to continue painting the pom-poms. Okay, so the bottom row of fringe is done. And all I did was, here's the last little bit here. You can see where it's white. I just dabbed it on to get it into the fringe, which that does make it go on the paper on the other side. But it's the only process I could think of in the moment. So I'm going to do that on these top fringes or pom-poms as well. And just dab this right over that. There we go. And just kind of soak them. You know what I'm noticing? Look how even the coat is. Like all the way around, it's extremely even. I mean, there's some texture in here because the fabric was very textured, but it's very evenly coated. I like that because I'm not the most, you know, conscious of like even coats when I'm painting and things like that. And sometimes I have to even out where things are. So my concern is always like coverage wise. Am I going to get some weird streaks because I was a little heavy handed over here and not so much over there, or this dripped? And no, the answer is no. This is very evenly coated. When I put an extra brush swipe here to try and fill in those blanks, it doesn't add to the color at all. The color just maintains, what am I trying to say? It just stays the same color. Look how pretty that is. I love bold colors, so that's why I picked a bold color. You don't have to pick a bold color. If you don't like this, then don't pick this. They come in just a ton of different colors. I did get some more normal, quote unquote, colors. For me, this is a normal color. I would love this. I do a lot of hot pinks for little girls' rooms, things like that. I did an entire vanity in a hot pink, and it sold the first day of the sale. So I think there's a few people out there who are like me that like color. But if you don't like color like this, if you want more normal shades, then you buy the normal shades, okay? So don't freak out because I chose a bold color is all I'm saying. They do have quote unquote normal colors, because for me this is a normal color. Look how pretty. How beautiful would that be in a little girl's room? That's what I'm saying. So I like to paint for the little girls. Okay, still in here, but I set it aside and I'm letting it dry. Sorry about the mask, but I have to, you know, protect my own health. I want to try something. Because immediately when I think of this product, I start thinking about things like upholstery and things that I might want to change on chairs and stuff like that. So I've got 2 different pieces of upholstery I cut samples of. They're back here. I keep some upholstery back here. So I've got a blue one and a pink one, and we're going to see what happens on the patterns. All right. I just want to know. Like if you got a upholstered chair and it had a pattern on it, you can alter the pattern. Look at that. Woohoo! Oh my, we are going to have some fun with the Dye-Na-Flow. Okay. You're going to have to know your color wheel to do this, because obviously the hot pink over the blue is making a very vibrant violet. Oh, that's going to be pretty. This is going to be fun. Let's see what it does to this one. So this one has a pronounced stripe on it. Ooh, look at the colors as they just sort of come through. At first you don't think you're going to see them, and then boom. this is going to be so much fun because it comes in different colors, right? So not just the hot pink, we're just testing the hot pink, but it comes in things like grays and reds and blues and things like that. Say you've got a piece of upholstery fabric on a chair and it's still good, but you're not fond of the color. So say you've got a beige and you want it to be a blue, you could use this on your upholstery and still see any kind of pattern that comes through, any kind of texture. I'm guessing if there was a stripe, ooh, let's find a stripe. Okay, this probably won't be the prettiest color transformation, but let's see what happens. Ooh. I feel like you have to kind of massage these little fuzzy bits here. Because the nap goes all different directions. You just kind of get it in there. Oh, what's happening there? It's turning purple. Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be awesome. All right, we're gonna let all these dry and see what happens. Okay, it's very late in the day. Like, I'm ready to go to bed. And I've got a light bulb because I wanted to see, it's not dry yet. The tassels or the pom-poms aren't dry yet. Like the body is dry, but I wanted to see what it looks like with light. This is not the lamp that it would go on, obviously. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the lamp, it just was in here. Oh. There's the crack. So you can tell it looks really good. This looks really good. And the fact that it doesn't dye the inside except where the crack was, you still get the white light. The light's not pink. Isn't that great? This is great. It's an ink. It's an ink. It's not a dye. And this is impressive. This is impressive. I thought for sure that the light was going to be pink. I mean, out here, obviously, you're going to get a pinky hue, but because it doesn't dye or soak through the paper, look at that. I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm really happy about that. Let's see. You stay here. So the other ones, look at this. It is exactly like upholstery fabric. It's not stiff. It's not sticky. This is dry. I guess I could put this through a dryer, but look at the difference in the color now. And then, so it turned the blue purple. I can see it back here. So this is what it looked like. And now it's this. By the way, they have white as a color. So if you had something like this that was just a little too dark, you could do the white over the top and like mute down those tones. That'd be really cool. Or they've got like this. Same thing. It just feels like the regular upholstery fabric. But here's the stripes. So it's soaked in differently, but look at, you can still see the different the sheens and textures are still there. What are we gonna do next? I am very happy with this. I know the pink is not for everyone, but I did get a couple other colors. So I got a brick red and pewter. This looks black, but it's called pewter. So we can try this on other things. Like my brain is going, oh, what else are we going to try it on? This is impressive because it's not streaky. There's no, and you saw how I put it on. I wasn't like being overly cautious because that's not who I am. And look how perfect it is. It's perfect. And actually the pink glow is kind of nice. But it's white light. I'm just stunned. I'm actually really surprised by that because I thought for sure this would, as liquid as it is, it feels like it should soak through. And over here is where it did soak through. And I painted the inside pink to see how it would look on the outside if that happened. You can't really tell. I mean, you can tell that the light's coming through the crack here, but you don't see the color change. It's pretty impressive. So now we have a way of changing old lampshades, and actually that stain is gone. Remember the stain was right up here? I don't see it anymore. So if we have a stained lampshade, looks pretty good. I don't see the stain. I see something weird here. Looks like a texture difference. Looks like it's almost worn away. Looks good. Looks perfect. So now we can do this on lampshades, and I'm like, what else could we use it on? I'm thinking like pillows that, you know, are a little too dark or a little too bright. The white really interests me now. Like I may have to buy the white just to see if we can take upholstery that's just a little too dark and sort of mute it out with the white. I'd be really, really interested to know if that would work. But so far, I'm impressed. I like this. I actually have a little white lampshade that I think I'm going to make pink because I have another lamp that is adorable for like a little girl's room. It's like a little Humpty Dumpty lamp. And I think it would be so cute with the pink shade. It's like, I'm going to do that. I'll be using it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget, if you want your 20% off your first Jacquard order, you can use my code Peony and get 20% off your very first order if you order through the link in my description below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Happy junkin'. Bye.
Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more junkin' videos.